Hi, this is Jacqueline Price from Thoughts for Vision. I'm here at the corner of Florence and Normandy, the infamous corner of Florence and Normandy, as we about to embark on 20 years since the LA riots. Where were you? Where were you? Today is Wednesday, April the 25th. In 4 days, 20 years, on April the 29th, since the Los Angeles riots took place, started right here on this very corner of Florence and Normandy. Where were you? This was back in 92. Were you even born? Or do you, like so many, remember where you were at on this very day, 20 years ago? I just want to give my account. I remember I was still in college at the time. I went to Cal State Northridge, and I was at school when the verdicts were read about the Rodney King trial. But it was just a typical day being at school, and I eventually came home. I distinctly remember that day typing something. I guess it was most likely a term paper or something like that. But I remember while doing that having of course, TV on, watching everything that was occurring, and it was just one of those things that was really mind-boggling. One of those things that you can't really believe is happening. Me myself, I didn't think I'd ever see a riot in my lifetime. But I just distinctly remember that day, like I said, coming home from school, starting on most likely was a term paper, and having the TV on at the same time, just watching everything that was going on. But and just remembering those few days, like some people, who knows, because of what was going on, they may have stayed at home, but I refused to do that. I just kept going on to classes. My mother was concerned about me, going, but I was like, no, I'm still going to school. I'm not letting what's going on around me stop me. I had people asking me about, what was going on, people at school. I remember one of my teachers, whose name was Dr. Zucchero. He was just specifically asking me, just in concern, was things really that bad? And, I just talked to him like, well, yeah, things are kind of ugly, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from coming to school. And I didn't. I just carried on through my normal week, and just remembering all that was going on. I remember coming out, going to school. You can smell all the smoke in the air, and ashes were all on top of well, everywhere, like definitely on top of your car and all that stuff. I remember smelling the smoke in the air, the ashes all everywhere, laying on the ground from the fires and stuff. Just remember everything that's going on, seeing burnt up buildings, seeing lines at the gas station. I mean, long lines at the gas station kind of remind me of clips that I've seen when you go back to the 70s. You think about when that oil crisis was going on, all those lines like that at the gas stations. I remember lines. I remember the National Guard being around, seeing the things, remembering having the curfews. I remember when the power went out for days. Okay, we had to put stuff, our refrigerated stuff, in coolers, and of course candles all around. In fact, as you recall, if you remember, that week was the very last show for the Cosby Show went on that week. As y'all remember, The Cosby Show came on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Well, during that week, they showed their last episode of the Cosby Show. And it was because we had a portable TV. I was able to watch that last episode. Now, some of you were maybe blessed also with a portable TV where you could watch it, or you either was in an area that wasn't affected by the power at all, where it wasn't an issue, or some of you watched that last episode in rerun heaven, okay? But I just recall watching that last episode of the Cosby Show on the portable TV and just reflecting all that's happened. you know, I can't help but think of all of this coming about in the wake of uh, the Trayvon Martin case, okay? And I just, with that in mind, I just have this message to Sanford, Florida, to not repeat our mistakes, you know? Let justice take its course, okay? And don't react, take action. There's a difference between reacting to stuff and taking action, okay? Taking action requires some thought. It's a thought process involved. See, when you react, I mean, you're doing stuff without thinking. And that's what we did 20 years ago. We reacted and tore up our own community. See, you can't blame white people. White people didn't do nothing. We tore up our own community. So, just think about that and I just give the message out to those people in, not that close. I just give the message to you people out in Sanford, Florida, to not repeat our mistakes that we made 20 years ago. Take the time to take action, instead of reacting. Don't make the mistakes we made 20 years ago. Let justice take its course. Okay? And with that, that's all I got to say as I reflect on 20 years since the Los Angeles riots. Like I said, I'm right here at the infamous corner of Florence and Norman. Just take this time to reflect on what has happened, and hopefully you have grown from the experience. This is Jacqueline Price, Thoughts for Vision. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless.